Action.
Hi everybody, I got the action. Hey, guess what? Tonight, I've been waiting for this night forever. Tonight is a wonderful night. Here I am standing at the stove. I've got some onion sauteing with a little bit of garlic. But guess what? I'm done. I'm passing over this to my guest cook. Hold on. Oops, go ahead. It is Tim! Ta-da! The moment you all have been waiting for, Tim to be cooking. Tim, what are you cooking tonight?
We're doing a seafood Alfredo.
Are you going to talk with your people as you're going along?
No. I don't have the gift of gab like you do.
You want me to go get you a spoon so you can take those out of there?
Spoons are right here.
So I'll let you know what he's doing because he's apparently not going to talk to you about it. He has already sauteed some onions and some garlic here.
Well, you already said that.
And so he's going to go on to phase 2. This is his famous dish. He made this for me when we were first together one day. I had a tough day at work and I came home and this was on the table and I was blown away. So when anything special's going on or he's got a little bit of time, which is not done, you've only done it in, what, 6 times or not very often?
Maybe.
A few times in their whole time together, or 5 years.
A lot.
But when he does, it's a special occasion, and I've asked him if he could please do this with us to guest cook. So he is amenable to this, and that is fantastic.
I'm what?
Amenable.
Why are you swearing at me?
I'm not swearing at you, baby. Amenable to it means that you're willing to do this and you're being a good sport. So he's taking those out because, first of all, I'd like him to tell you everything he's doing, but he says he's only going to do the cooking, he won't do the talking, so here we go. So what he does is he cooks this in layers. He started out with his onions and garlic, and next, you will see what's next, he's going to add more butter to this, now that he's got those all sweated out. And what temperature do you stay on, babe?
Like medium.
About medium. I feel bad because his water was already boiling for his pasta, and I accidentally added more salt to it, thinking it hadn't been salted yet, so we had to start with the water all over again. So what's next, babe? What are you putting in next? Sorry, that's my cord.
I'm gonna throw the scallops and get them browned up.
We had bought some really big scallops because like for his birthday or something, and so we had some pretty big ones and we decided to use them, and so we just chopped them up nicely and cut them in 4s. It's on just a little over medium. He cut them in 4s.
Usually use what are they called? The baby scallops?
Yep.
Is that what they're called?
Yep, the babies. But I bought the really big ones for you. That was fun birthday dinner, huh, babe? Bacon wrap. So yeah, this is definitely one of his favorite things to make. He also is the griller of our family. When we have steaks or whatever, that's the time I always back away. I'll do all the side dishes. My babe goes out and he's the griller. So, and he is very specific about how he likes his meat. He really likes it still red. What would that be, honey? That's not
Medium rare.
Medium rare. There you go. He likes to do medium rare. I like to do the barbecue chicken. My barbecue chicken is always, I parboil my chicken first so that when you put it to barbecue it only needs to be on there 5 or 10 minutes because it's really cooked all the way through. You're just getting that wonderful barbecue taste on the chicken, and that refuse to throw away the skin. I always leave it on there so you can have that wonderful skin as the bonus. How's it going, love? Oh, they are browning up nicely. This dish doesn't take that long, does it, honey?
No, not at all. Actually, pretty quick and easy.
Come on, girls. Is there anything more amazing and sexier than a man in the kitchen? I mean, well, maybe a man doing the dishes or something, but no, a man in the kitchen, I think that's pretty cool myself. Never forget the first day he did this for me. It's back in 2015, and it was really neat.
You remember that?
I sure do. I absolutely do. You guys see how they're getting browned up? And because you cut them up so nice and small like the little baby ones would be, they're just going to be very quick to cook. Scallops don't take that long anyways in the oven to begin with, so. Move back. Are you ready?
Yep.
Phase 2 is done. Or layer 2. Should I say layer 2?
Phase 2 is good.
Now, is that something a poor man who works so hard all day long has to come home and slave over the stove? So is that water almost boiling, honey? Did I blow it? Almost.
Not yet.
We're using angel hair pasta anyway, so angel hair pasta only takes like, what, 5 minutes? So we're still already ahead of schedule here. He wants to be able to toss it for you and show you. What are you doing now, babe?
Putting about a half a bottle of scampi sauce.
Can you show him the label? There you go, McCormick Scampi. This can be found it's in a really weird place, but this can be found at Hannaford's, but not on any of the regular shelves. You have to actually go to the meat counter, and it's way off to the right-hand side with all the special blendings and flavors. So, what's next?
Now we're cooking the raw shrimp.
Now, Tim does not like to make this dish. For years, I've always bought my shrimp in the bags that are pre-cooked, and so my dishes would go faster, I thought. Tim does not like it made with pre-cooked. Is there a reason you'd like to share that?
Well, the shrimp doesn't... Well, if you tried to do the shrimp in this scampi sauce, when they're already cooked, then they come out like rubber.
Because they're already cooked, really,
Right.
basically. And you want to get that flavor inside them, right?
Exactly.
So you're marrying your flavor of the scampi with your shrimp.
Correct.
And I think you're on a little low now.
Yeah, I turned it down some.
Yeah, you went way down, so now they're not really cooking that.
Medium low.
How long does it take them to cook like that? You're
till they're
boiling over
done.
there. So how can you tell if they're done?
They turn white. I mean, you can...
I thought it was pink. It's not lobster, huh?
Colorblind.
They turn pink, I think.
You can tell by looking at them anyways. They change color.
So we have leftover things from this because he didn't use all the shrimp and he didn't use all the scallops when he was doing this because the containers were too big. And once you defrost them, because they've all been in the freezer, they say on them, do not refreeze them. So Tim and I are thinking of making the awesome seafood chowder like tomorrow or something. And oh my god, it's so good. And we've got all the heavy creams and everything for it, right, babe? Because remember we had them out for the mushroom soup, which by the way was fantastic. I hope you guys try to make that. It is so simple to do. The longest part is chopping up the mushrooms and the onions. And if you've got if you're using the fresh ones, they chop faster. They were not easy to chop from the can because they're always a little bit rubbery because they are canned. But at least they're mushrooms. But if you're doing it from fresh, it takes half the time. Still not up high enough. You want me to put your pasta in over there for you, or because it's boiling, it's ready?
It's ready?
Oh yeah, it's boiling. I can see it. See? Were you able to salt it already?
Yep.
Okay. So he loves to use angel hair pasta. I actually, when I make a dish like this, I love to use linguine. I like that flat pasta. Tim really loves his angel hair, right, hon?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're using here today, angel hair. And it only takes, what'd you say, 3 to 5 minutes? Something like that. I can smell your scampi sauce. It's going crazy here. Now, I know some cooks would be horrified by what he just did, breaking it up in two. Like the Rachel Rays of the world want you to put it in whole. They do not like you to break it up in two. But for some reason, he and I both always break it up in two. Maybe it's the size bowl that we use. The pieces are already super long anyways. Even when you're eating them, they are, huh, babe?
Mm-hmm.
So I can't imagine what they would be if they would be totally long on their own. Regular, normal length. So Tim and I went to Burlington today. We hit the road. Went to this place called Harbor Freight? Harbor Freight.
Yep.
What a really cool place to buy tools, huh, hon?
Mm-hmm.
So he had a couple of tools that he needed for some work he's got to get done. And how's the prices there, babe?
Can't really beat them, that's for sure.
Really? Now, you said that there's an online component to that too. You don't just have to drive to South Burlington, which, by the way, it's on the Shelburne Road.
Yes.
You can do it online. And will they ship to your house?
Yep.
Cool. How that? Yep. See, they're starting to pink up. There you go. He's so cool. He's checking each one. Me, I would have just stirred him with a spoon a couple of different times and just kept knocking him around. He's actually going around and turning every single one of them individually to make sure they all get cooked evenly. Right, babe?
Mm-hmm.
So, the brownies, by the way, what a hit. I hope you guys all treated yourself. I was a little concerned after I read the recipes and I made them, and I said to myself, holy moly, in that one pan, there's 3 sticks of butter. There's 2 in the brownies and 1 in the, in the frosting. So Erica Martel stopped over the other day because I sponsored one of her kids in her book drive, by the way. Erica Martel, way to go. She's over 50 sponsors now. If anybody would like to do anything good for anybody right now, Erica has a wonderful book sponsorship where she is, if you give her $20 per child, and I sponsored a child right now, but I'm thinking of doing another one from Tim and one from I. And anyways, if you sponsor a child, depending on the child age level, I believe, there's workbooks, not just a book that goes with it. But if you go on Erica Martel's, Martel, Facebook, try to find her. She's in not East Fairfield, Bakersfield. And go look for her Facebook and sponsor a child. It's amazing. She's trying to reach out and make sure that every child has some resources that they need age appropriately to keep going. She's a teacher herself, a first-year teacher in St. Albans, and wow, what a year for somebody to be a first-year teacher. I say if you can continue to teach with quality while this is going on, you'll be a teacher forever. So now you're just kind of giving them all a little swirl, huh?
Yep. Now it's time to mix everything together.
The pasta's almost done.
Yep. I'm going to put scallops in there.
Scallops on top. Okay. What else? There's another bonus thing nobody knows anything about yet, right? What is that, babe?
A little lobster meat.
Lobster meat. I know, it's my favorite, right? Uh-oh. Gotta throw those onions in there. Can we live without them? By the way, they have a little bit of garlic because you know how I just put it on the end of the knife, garlic. That's the amount of garlic that's in there. He doesn't
Of course
use
it.
Of course what?
Not counting the garlic and
I know, I thought
scampi.
about that afterwards. I was like, oh man, there's garlic in the scampi already. Hey, I forgot to make the... Put the oven on 425 so I can get you some... Here, I'll do it. Oh, he's stirring up his pasta, which is almost done. You can see I'm going to put bake 425, and I'm going to get some garlic bread going after I'm done filming. This garlic bread is perfect. I mean, why not add one more layer of garlic, right, babe?
Right.
We're definitely going to have to... Oh, what you adding here? Let's see what that label is.
This is the Alfredo.
So it's Alfredo, but it's got what's the other sauce again?
Do what?
No, this is Alfredo sauce.
Right.
So you don't just go and throw Alfredo in here. You use 2 sauces together.
Oh yeah, the scampi.
Yeah, scampi and Alfredo. So that's what makes his dish more individual than anybody's ever, because he puts scampi sauce in with the Alfredo. Before I met him or he lived here or anything, I used to just make stuff with Alfredo sauce, and as a matter of fact, I still kind of do. I leave this specialty with the scampi for him because this is his deal. This is his creation. It's the way he makes it. That's pretty cool. And is there a preference? Like I buy the Bertolli, so that's why you're looking at it. But do you have a preference? I've never asked you, Tim. Do you have a preference of taste?
I've always used the Bertolli.
Your Bertolli as well. Okay, I just bought that because I like it. I meant to ask you if you had a preference. Now see how that scampi's sitting on top right now? He's mixing it all together so that it's gonna marry it all. How long are you gonna let this sit here and work away here?
Just till it kind of comes to a slow boil and mixes all together. And
Tim is amazing. He puts timers on his pasta. If the box says go for 5 minutes, he usually puts timers on. And he gets frustrated with me because the way I check pasta is I take one piece out and I put it in my mouth and I taste it and I say, okay, it's not quite ready. Tim always puts a timer on his pasta, except today he did not. But normally the first thing he does is he'll put a timer on there, so when the timer goes off, he doesn't even really check it. He goes, oh, it's ready.
It sticks to the wall.
No. Tasting it would be more appropriate. I don't want to put it on the wall and make a stain on one of the doors, you silly man. Oh, you're so funny.
No fun.
See how this is really mixing in together? It's a beautiful dish. Now, you can take this a couple of steps more. Tim is a purist. He likes it this way. If it were me making it, I would be adding like big hunks of broccoli and carrots. And so like a primavera, I'd be making it like a primavera at like Mimo's or something. And that is definitely something you can do, right, hun?
Yep.
But he definitely likes to have his with just the shrimp and all that stuff in it. He's not a vegetable guy.
Of course. Hey, busy.
Yep, we're not going to get that. We're going to continue with this because we're almost done.
Julie, Mary.
Rocky.
Call from Julie,
Yeah,
Mary.
I know. We'll get back to it in a minute. Sorry guys for the interruption on the phone, but we really don't want to stop this process. And remember, we don't have like a we don't have a button that says hold and then start and stop and start. If you stop, it's done. There's no pause in this situation. So we'll call those people back afterwards. Look how beautiful that is. See how it's married in there? Can you see how before you could see the scampi sitting on top of it? And he's letting it work its way together. Oh my God, you guys, I wish you could really know how amazing this is. How wonderful. And what he's done with this pasta, if you want to bring your, is this a hot? Nope, it's not. You can bring your dish right over here then. It's not hot, it won't hurt it. You can show them where you've gone with that. See how this is all mixed in? So how long have you been making this dish, Tim?
It's quite a few years, actually.
Really?
About my only... Don't even remember how I discovered making it, to be honest with you. Started making it and
You went over the side, it's no big deal.
making it since.
So he took his pasta, and there's a big giant old Italian pasta dish that I have. This is actually another one of my Pioneer Women things. And how he finishes his dish off, and see how it's at the slow boil now? Look. He's not letting it boil rapidly. He's not letting it like go crazy. He's not on high by any means. You can see he's, I think, on medium. Yep, on medium. And he's just letting it slowly boil, slightly boil, and letting it marry together. As you can see, now there's no more scampi sauce. There's no separation at all. Once he's got it together, this is what he does next.
Voila.
Excellent. This is amazing. Oh, guys, there's enough here. We should be inviting you all over for dinner on this one. So this is a recipe. Now, there's different things you can do. You can make your own Alfredo sauce. I think you'd have to always buy the scampi sauce because I don't know of any scampi sauce recipe. But you can definitely make your own Alfredo sauce, and I can post some of those recipes up if you like. But and then you could also make it like a primavera, like at Mimo's, by adding any kinds of vegetables like carrots and broccoli and zucchini, and make sure that they're fully cooked, sautéed, not sautéed, but fully cooked, and put them inside of this afterwards. Like I would put peas in it, broccoli, zucchini. I know he hates. I don't get to eat peas as much as I'd like because he does not care for peas. But see what he does now? He just keeps going around till he marries the rest of it up. And literally, that is it.
Voila! Shrimp or seafood Alfredo.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you very much for sharing your recipe with us. We really appreciate it.
You are welcome.